Because practically, I want also to learn from you. Because as Bungoma, I think we have been very honest to declare all the bank accounts that we have. I don't know how the other counties are operating with the dispensaries, with the vocational training. Where do they bank their money? In which accounts do they put? So I think we'll also want to know maybe whether we are here because of being honest, or how they have been operating. That can also assist us, or we can get away with it, because I think there's a problem in terms of practicality of implementing that regulation 82(1)B.
The challenge we are having in this kind of commercial bank accounts, like local revenue collections, we have sweeping accounts with commercial bank to CRF accounts. When you look at the hospital accounts we are having, they also collect fees and charges. So the question we are asking is that suppose we say we close these accounts, then the question will be how will we collect those fees and charges so that they are able to operationalize down there. Then another issue that also came up, donor funds chair, we get communications with clear express instruction, we open commercial bank accounts. So the big question is, are they also in compliance with section 82 when they are saying open commercial bank accounts? And the law does not provide expressly that there is an option to open commercial bank account with that regulated too. So that now becomes a question. National Treasury gives no objection. What about county treasury, which also has the same powers under 118 to open bank accounts? Does it also have the same powers to give no objection, contrary to 82? So, Chair, that becomes a big question, and the only solution, Chair, is maybe we have to amend Section 82, so that to all of us to be able to comply with that issue. And then on the issue of municipality, Chair, we have two, which are operational, and they are the same that we are now calling special purpose accounts, because we got now that communication when they are being funded that they must have commercial bank accounts, and that's a donor funding condition. And at the same time, they prescribe that managers are supposed to be accounting officers in that municipality, which we have also complied with. And at the same time also, as we are talking, we have now also gone ahead, because they have a charter, we are now again opening their special purpose account with Central Bank, which we have already complied with. So, Chair, that is a challenge. And even when we were in Central Bank for confirmation, there was no county that had made initiative to open. Actually, we were the first ones to bring out this transition to us today. Yeah.
And maybe just to add on that before, like also secondary schools, maybe as we discussed, and also that all secondary schools also have accounts that they operate. So how do they also operate? And that can also guide us as we discuss also vocational training, school institutions that also have bank accounts.
Point of order, Chair. Point of order, Chair. Chair, kindly allow me to register my presence before the discussion continues. Sorry, Chair, for that, whatever. I'm Paris Tobiko. I'm a member of this committee. Chair, I just didn't want to look like a stranger.
Thank you. Yes, Mr.
Thank you. Through you, Chair, Your Excellency Governor, I want to ask if you'll allow me your CEC, because it's one who presented after you spoke. CEC, there are three things you've said, and I want you in a very simple way to explain what you've said. Can you repeat yourself, the three things you said? You said when you're collecting money from the markets, do you remember you saying that? You said you must open accounts then. Then you said the other thing is, the reason why you are opening accounts, you are even finding it more confusing. Why? Because donor funds are coming with the conditionalities where the donors are telling you to open commercial bank accounts. The question then I would ask you, there's the third one which I'll come to later. Number one, what are we curing by you coming here?
this could also be a session like the advice asked, where we also look at the law. Because I ask how are other countries operating their accounts, for example, for VTCs in a rural area, or Namasiri, or Kitutu, or Chache, or whatever. Because we have how many vocational training? We have about 89. And they need to operate, they need to have an account to operate. So we are here to look at how practical is it that these fellows can operate without a bank account or something like that. So maybe that's why we are here.
Thank you. The issues which have been raised to you are not issues that this committee has raised. Those are the committees that the controller budget, those are the issues that the Auditor General has raised. And let me read for you and tell you what the Auditor General said. The growing number of commercial bank accounts operated by counties makes it difficult for the controller of budget to track government spending. The COB, who is the controller of budget, has repeatedly pointed out the use of such accounts, considering them prone to abuse. Are you with me? In other words, this is why we are here. The question then becomes, if that is what the controller of budget has said, and this is what Chairman was raising, and you've also, I think, touched up a bit with it. The law says, and you had also, Governor, mentioned that you actually went further and talked to the central bank people. Finally, they opened the accounts for you. I wanted you to, that's the third one, I wanted you to clarify. Under what conditions did they open those accounts? Did they just open because you asked? And then once they opened, which ones did they open? And why did they leave the other, most probably 246? And there's a very specific reason why there's a need for these bank accounts to be opened through the central bank. Your Excellency, these accounts, once they're opened with the central bank, are supposed to be linked with the IFMIS system. The IFMIS system then links you to the controller budget. That is how you will know who has withdrawn the money and where it is going. If the controller budget doesn't know who has withdrawn which money from which account, you see the complexity they're having. So the general response I would want you to give, how do we cure this problem?
We are actually looking at this issue open-minded.
Yes.
One of the things we have done, we decided to call the counties with the highest number of accounts. But after conversation, we have also decided we are calling the counties with 5 accounts to tell us whether they have facilities and whether those facilities have independence. So once we have done that, we will actually then come up with what seems to be a solution. But for your officer, your solution seems to be to remove Section 82.
Yes.
Now, the Senator Onyoka raises a key issue. If the accounts are in central bank, then monitoring accountability is much easier through IFMIS. Can you, as you suggest your deletion of, repealing of Section 82, suggest how within commercial banks you will actually ensure accountability?
This is the approach we used actually, Chair. One of them is, Chair, to open special purpose account in central bank as a condition to comply with Section 82. Then we have to migrate all facilities to IFMIS. And how to migrate to facility to IFMIS so that they are able to procure through the e-procurement platform, so that they are within the IFMIS platform and also transact through IFMIS. So for the purpose of, Chair, collection of funds, and that's where now I was talking about Section 82 to be amended, all the accounts they are having, they will be sweeping account to the special purpose account. To access money in the special purpose account, they must process through IFMIS, which is in central bank. And that is the same way when we are accessing local revenue collections, they have to sweep to CRF. So where I was indicating why I was talking about Section 82, these sweeping accounts, if their main purpose is to sweep funds to the special purpose account in central bank, And accessing that money for expenditure, you must pay it through IFMIS. And the two conditions is they must also come to the platform so that they do e-procurement, because they are doing manual. So to bring them to IFMIS, they must do e-procurement. And that is the cure. And all the facilities, Chair, what we are saying, the moment we open special purpose account, we migrate them to IFMIS. And that is the process we have indicated. I've already given guidelines to that effect of migration.
Let me also take this opportunity to inform the governor that yes, there are 9 counties with the accounts from 4. Garissa has 4, Kitui 5, Vihiga 5, Nandi 7, Elgeyo Marakwet 9, Lamu 9, Nyeri 9, Siaya, and Kilifi 10. These are 9 counties. 4 counties are with 165 accounts, 208 accounts, 304, and yours is the largest, 352. Now, I want to refer you to Section 116 of the PFM Act of 2012 that provides that the County Executive Committee member for finance may establish other public funds with the approval of the County Executive Committee and the County Assembly. A number of the commercial accounts are used for operating these public funds. So my question is, before you joined, you had an account, which is, you said, 146. You opened another 206 accounts. If they had 146, why did you add 206 more accounts? That is question 1. Number 2, referring to Section 116, what I wanted to know is, all these accounts you opened, 206, did you use this formula? Forget about the amending 82. Did you follow this section to open those accounts? This question was to CEC Finance.
Ms. Mambour.
Thank you, Chair. And Governor, you've been a Speaker of the Senate, and you know it is very difficult to get the whole membership of our committee seated together. And you can see today's full house. And it tells you the seriousness of this matter.
I know.
Because these people love the government.
Yes, I think you're also happy to see.
So as we proceed, first I would want your CEC, so that you don't see in the headlines tomorrow that Bungoma operate an account to sweep Bungoma. And he explained, because you can see the media is here, first of all, not for these people, but for other people to understand what you mean by sweeping account. Otherwise, you'll be accused of sweeping Bungoma, you have an account of sweeping. Number 2, yes, we've heard you about the weakness in this act, about the accounts. But I would also want to put, with all due respect, that some of the officers are reckless, and I will refer you to your report. Let's go to page 6. So there is an institution called Mabanga, you go number 3 and 4. Same institution, there is an account with equity and KCB, purpose is recurrent, operations, agriculture, same signatory. Why? Let's go to number 19, no, 11. This is page 7. Okay, not that one. There is number 19 and 20 called LUSAKA. There is 13 and 14, Rwanda Youth Polytechnic. Same account, operations, recurrent. Go to 42 and 43, 39 and 10. Same institutions, 2 accounts, recurrent, same signatories. Is that not being reckless? That is why maybe you have so many accounts, because some of these institutions are operating unnecessary accounts, if I may say. I would want your team to explain. Those ones are front of me.
Okay, before you respond, I think one other thing I've noted is that most of these accounts are opened way back 2010, before even the onset of the commission. And the signatories are the same guys. So what is the explanation? Why should we be having the same people for the next 20 years? You mean there's nobody who left job, nobody who died, nobody that's gone nowhere? Yes, my friend. Can you answer these things? Answer the question, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Chair. On the issue of Section 116, those are concerns about the establishment of public funds. And those ones, we actually established them and also in line to Section 119 on opening of the accounts. And when you look at when this law came into force in 2015, and also with this engagement with the control of budget, as we talk, we have migrated all the established funds to central bank. And what we are doing right now is to configure all of them, the operational staff to IFMIS, so that now compliance on commercial is collection account. The one I was talking about sweeping, the collection account, any fees or any collections, they don't transact on that account. The condition is once money goes to that account, they are swept to the special purpose account. That is the position. So that now the transaction happens special purpose account only. Then the other issue that is coming out, like for example, health, when we were migrating them, Chair, we also established some dormant accounts which existed. The dormant in such a way that when you have two accounts, we only need one as a collection account to special purpose account. So we have already notified them of closure of several accounts, because the others may be having three. We are closing all of them, so that we only remain with collection account, which is one, Chair. So through the transition, we are cleaning up. Even those ones that signatories have not been updated, we are also notified that they must be updated to current.
Honorable Chair.
Yeah.
I want to request my good finance minister to substantiate by tabling documents or ascertain that the following accounts are in the process of closure, the following accounts are in the process of going to central bank, so that it doesn't become a game of fairy tales. Do you have any document to justify that that is in progress?
Yeah, please, sir.
Thank you, Chair. I have two circulars that I've attached in this submission that we have, and I can confirm, Chair.
And you must understand that a circular is different from a letter of intent to the bank and central bank. So as you give us a circular, I want you also to follow it up with a commitment in writing to the banks or central bank that the following regulations are being changed, so that we believe what you're saying.
Okay. Chair, when you look at the table of content, the one we have attached here, that is 08 and that is 09 and also 10. 09 and 10. I issued a guideline that is on 8 March, if you check that is 09, on public funds operation guideline. And Chair, I don't know if you allow me, I can read.
Yeah, please go ahead.
As per section, that's 116.2 of PFM Act 2012, that says for every county public fund established, the county executive committee member for finance shall designate a person responsible for administering that fund. And for the purpose of operation, an account shall be opened in compliance section 82(1) and 2 of PFM Regulation 2015, which require all county government bank accounts to be opened at Central Bank of Kenya, except for interest bank account for petty cash. Also, control of budget communication dated 13 February emphasized the same for compliance. County government has the following established public funds: Bungoma County Education Support Scheme, Bungoma County Trade Loan Fund, Bungoma County Youth Empowerment Fund, Bungoma County Women Empowerment Funds, Emergency Fund, Bungoma County Disability Empowerment Fund, Fund administrators are expected within 30 days to ensure that an account has been opened in Central Bank of Kenya, and you are required to maintain one commercial bank account to act as sweeping account, and no operational transaction shall occur on that account except deposit and transfers to the Central Bank account. For guidance, County Treasurer will be available for any clarification. So this one we issued and we have complied fully, and accounts have been opened in Central Bank.
Those are only 4.
No, they are, all of them are, these are 6, all of them are.
Is it 6? Yes.
6.
So members want to see where is the process transitioning the others.
Now, there is another cycle also, because we are also moving to all of them so that they migrate. When you check on 10, I also issued another one for health because it had bigger accounts. It reads, for the purpose of improving accountability in the hospital operation, ensure they operate within the accepted financial system, that's IFMIS, the following measures shall be complied with. The Webuye County Hospital shall open an account in Central Bank of Kenya and have one commercial bank that acts as collection sweeping account to the Central Bank account. The Bungoma County Referral Hospital shall open an account in Central Bank of Kenya and have one account bank that shall act as collection and sweeping account to the Central Bank. All other facilities of the hospital will open one account in Central Bank called Bungoma County Facility Improvement Fund, where each facility will have a collection account which shall be a sweeping account to the bank Facility Improvement Fund account. The main purpose of this control approach is to avoid spending at source and also ensure operation of the facility are captured in IFMIS operational platform. The Chief Officer for Health is expected to ensure that this guideline is complied with within the 30 days, and the facility concerned shall ensure budgeting and procurement process also operate on a procurement platform. That is...
Did I get you right? One account for all facilities in Central Bank?
Yes, we were doing a transition. We started with 2, that Bungoma Referral and Webuye. Then the rest, we opened one account so that all of them migrate.
To that one account?
One account they transact.
But isn't that the problem we were dealing with the FIF? All funds were going to county revenue account, and you are not remitting back to the facilities. That's how we came up with it, with the need to actually approve on facility accounts. What mechanism have you put there to ensure the health facility from Kimilili has put in 30 million? That 30 million will go back to the Kimilili facility.
Chair, what I've indicated here very clearly is that because we are migrating all of them gradually to all of them to have special purpose account, and as I'm talking, Chair, 4 accounts we have also applied for Central Bank account. That is Kimilili, Sirisha, Mount Elgon, and that's the Ties. We have migrated, we have opened now in Central Bank. The reason why we opened that one account, for us to identify that each hospital does not lose funds, we maintain a collection account that goes to that account, so that when we are migrating, we know the ledger for each one of them. It is a holding temporarily as we migrate all of them to the special purpose account.
Honorable Chair, I think my friend has not answered. These are good circulars. Now I want to see the real thing.
Chair, on the matter of public established public funds, we have already complied. We have migrated them to special purpose. That's why when you find on what the governor has indicated, we have indicated all those public funds. They are already in Central Bank. Already migrated them.
I think the question is asking, you gave a circular in 2023. Can you show us evidence of compliance? That is the simple question is asking.
Chair, it is attached here as a show that what we wanted them to migrate, they have migrated. We have that attached.
That was only for the 6.
The all public funds. The 6.
Chair, the question I've been asking, I need help with is, if somebody asked you today how many bank accounts do you have running the county of Bungoma? How many do you have? No, I just want him to say it so that it's clear. How many have you opened?
Chair, with the commercial bank accounts, which we have reported, these are 352 accounts, which we do have financial statements with them. That's why we are reporting on them. But central bank, we have those what we have not disclosed are those for central bank, which was not a subject.
I mean, why have so many signatories to these bank accounts? It's difficult to hold 252 accounts. It's mind-boggling. I don't even understand how you ensure compliance when you have so many signatories also these bank accounts. Because you know, corruption comes in when you have so many people, so much contact, so many people handling accounts. Whether you call them collection, somebody can decide not to bank the money. If I decide not to bank the money, how will you know? Or if I
maybe on the same back, do you normally audit your accounts, these accounts, how frequently? And you have an audit report? Because auditing 352 is actually difficult.
How many are on your internal audit team?
Asking so many questions,
Chair, I want you to have mercy on him, allow him to answer our questions, then we will supply more.
Okay, go ahead. We ask you for one simple question. That you cannot be able to audit. How long does it take for you to audit 352 accounts?
Just for clarification,
Yes.
I think these were picked out because they are audited. Otherwise, how do you normally have 352? So I think they are audited. I think the question is if there are too many, then it becomes a challenge. And that's why we should be discussing the process.
From the government. The Auditor General said we cannot even audit all those accounts. We were in the direct, they said they cannot even manage to audit all those accounts.
So how did they know?
They definitely give them the account numbers, but they are not audited. Yes.
Okay, well, I think.
So, by the way, Governor, some people are saying 5. I agree with you, some might have more maybe. So we are going to discuss that matter later, but let him answer questions first.
We provide authority to open the accounts. So, Chair, I think given time, we can access those authorities.
In this document, there is the Youth Empowerment Fund. I think you elaborated that they are part of those in the central bank, right? But in the document and the accounts that I have in this booklet, you have Youth Empowerment Fund, a bank account cooperative. One ends with 100, another bank account, same bank, ends with 101. You look at the signatories, Johnston Wasula, Joseph Wasula, Crispinus Barasa, Sela Msotso. The second account, Johnston Yongesa, Arama, Daniel Barasa, Sela Msotso. These are two accounts of the Youth Empowerment Fund. All are fund operations with these signatories. Why do we have these two accounts of Youth Empowerment Fund with the different signatories? Kimilili Municipality, Urban Development Grant. There are two accounts. One of it is called Special Purpose, but all of them are fund operation, purpose of accounts. Robert Simiu Juma, Denson Wanjala, Gabriel Wekesa, they are featuring in both accounts. The only stranger, in fact all of them with Geoffrey Simiu. Two accounts, same signatories. Then you have your, as you said, Bungoma Municipality Special Purpose. The same people are signatories. Are they members of the municipality boards? Are they in charge of this thing, these accounts? Or they are not members of Kimilili and Bungoma? And why do we have a replication of these accounts?
On the issue of Bungoma municipality and Kimilili municipality, all the accounts that are being opened are donor-guided accounts. And I think this, what is coming out openly is a question of updating the accounts in terms of signatories. And that is exactly what we noted, which we want to update all the accounts. We actually also acknowledge that that exists.
My friend, I've asked, are these signatories members of the municipality boards, the Bungoma Municipality Board and the Kimilili Municipality Board? Are they in charge of their funds, or the funds are managed somewhere else?
Chair, the staff that have been mentioned, one of them is the chief officer, and I think who left when the contract ended recently, and where we expect that the chief officer who took over recently should be updated.
I want to ask my friend, the Minister of Finance, what does the regulations for municipalities say in terms of management of municipalities? Is the chief officer supposed to micromanage?
The CEO.
Or it is the CEO of the board? Why do we have chief officers running accounts of the municipalities? And number two, Honorable Chair, when the donor funds come, there is an amount that is supposed to be topped up by the county government. I don't know if on your side you have topped up the monies to the municipalities.
The signatories on any donor-funded accounts are prescribed expressly who should be the signatories. And the chief officers being put there, it is expressly written. The chief officer shall be a signatory on those accounts, the accountant and also the municipal managers. It's express. You don't initiate and also prescribe the signatories, Chair.
So apart from the chief officers, are these other members of the municipality boards?
Definitely we need to confirm because there must be an accountant and also...
Do we have,
Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order. What I'm going with, please answer the question as you ask. Not saying maybe. No, that is not so. I want to ask you what is asking you. Are those members of the board of the municipality?
Chair, as I indicated that for signatories to appear on the accounts of any account in the municipality, they are directed by donor funded officials.
Are you suggesting that the donors would decide who the signatories to a board account, a municipality?
No, Chair, when they bring the manual for over that fund, they prescribe who should be the signatory. Yeah.
Chair, let me...
My friend, you want a document that shows the donor saying that ABCD have who is supposed to be selected.
Yes, we can
Do you
provide.
obey the Urban Areas and Cities Act or you obey donors? That's maybe what you might want to answer. Because it will seem if the donors bring a document and you are captive and you must implement this despite whether this complies with the law or not.
Chair, let me...
Let
me say this. I think what the CEC needs to do, one, because I know Salem's also retired, as is being mentioned here, what we need to honor is go and find out who these people are. I think it's easier than all these others. So are they still members of the board or who are they? And then because that can be provided if we agree at an agreed time instead of saying we know, we don't know.
Your Excellency, what we are saying that 2 years down the road, if your CEC finance does not know who these chaps are, there is a problem.
You are saying some of these accounts could be dormant. You are saying some of these accounts, in fact, you've even opened the accounts with the Central Bank of Kenya. There isn't a single piece of evidence to support you. If you were with my CPAC committee, you would have stopped the meeting today. Everything you are saying is hearsay. Am I lying? You're saying donors are the ones who tell you who's going to be a signatory of the account. There is no correspondence. You're talking, I mean, it's like we just came here and you're just laughing at us.
Madam Governor, I would want you to answer me on this. There are 4 persons of interest. I would want you to tell this committee who they are because of the number of accounts where they appear as signatories. One is somebody called, in some instances, it's Karen Makona, in others it's Karen Ariaka. The other one is Frida Wasilwa, also appearing as Frida Wagwere. The third one is Godfrey Juma and Caroline Nyangara. They are signatories to so many accounts. I would want to know who they are. In one page, you can see they are signatories to 10 accounts. Just tell us who they are.
With due respect, Honorable Senator, as a governor, I would not know who signatories are. I mean, whether they are appearing and the secret. That's the work of the CC and the chief officers in account policy.
Thank you, Excellency. I think now the chief officer, they can now proceed.
It is very clear that municipality, urban areas and cities, boards and committees are independent. And we expect to see that they are operated in a manner that complies with the law. So I thought to raise that because your CC doesn't seem to be aware of this law.
So we have since regularized and say the manager of the municipality will be the accounting officer. The chief officer will just attend meetings with the purpose of reporting to the executive through the CC finance. So that has not been happening, and that we have already made that observation because again, that was a gray area where who should actually be the manager, and even the donors, the donors indicate that the manager of the municipality will be the accounting officer of the funds. That's what the law says. So we have since made it clear and regularized that it has not been happening. It's been a gray area, but we have now done what is supposed to be done.
From the report you presented this morning, I've picked 4 persons of interest in terms of the number of accounts where they appear signatories. Karen Makona, also appearing as Karen Ariaka. Frida Wasirwa, also appearing as Frida Wagwere. Godfrey Juma and Caroline Nanjara. All of them are signatories. Like Karen Makona, I have tried to count. It's in excess of 70 accounts.
You don't know her.
BTC, they are saying they belong to.
You know her.
Who's the chief of BTC?
Does the C, you know, Chair, you don't know her. The CEO answer this question. You don't know her. And she's a signatory to 70 accounts, and you don't know her.
Chair, these are vocational training centers where these signatories are meeting. That's why we have an accounting officer.
Honorable Chair, I think my minister should be very serious. This is a person from home who is a signatory to all those accounts. How does one manage to be in all those technical or village polytechnics? And you don't know. And as you all understand, Honorable Mbugua, Mheshimiwa Waziri, you also understand that where we come from in Bungoma, we have an issue of funds in VCTs today. And we are just justifying that whatever is happening is either choreographed or by design.
On that same point, I think the CC, you are not being honest because we are talking about vocations. In one of them, she's a signatory of Sinoko Sub-County Hospital. That is not a person. So she's signing everywhere.
Who is she?
How special is she? Mheshimiwa Waziri?
Chair, let me get somebody to who has information.
Exactly, yes. That is what let us who knows these issues.
Let's give that guy.
My name is CP Ambrose Makoha. I'm the Director Accounting Services. On the names which have been repeated as raised by the Senator, these are the VTC sub-county officers who supervise those respective VTCs. So they usually are signatories on the VTCs that are in the region. So those are the sub-county VTC as supervisors. So they are usually the signatories on the respective accounts.
How is she fighting for a hospital?
They are not in the facilities. That is for VTCs.
I'm reading your report, and she's there as a signatory.
So we look at the specific report.
We make tell us that the lady supervised the entire this.
For the sub-county,
Yeah.
there are signatories on the VTCs in their sub-counties.
Okay.
Honorable Chair, I want my minister to shed light because it seems there are people assigned duties that you don't know. How is the structure of finance in Bungoma, where I think even my governor is wondering how we have signatories who are not known to the Minister of Finance, but known to the Director.
The issue of signatories to the accounts, Chair, as I indicated earlier, is something that we are actually doing an update of these accounts. Because when you look at the staff that has been mentioned has been resignated, and that's why you find now is appearing in the VTC and also in the health facility. But the problem that we are facing here is a question of prompt updating of the signatories, and that's the issue that Chair we indicated that as we are migrating towards this special purpose account in Central Bank, we are also doing cleanup of signatories in accounts, Chair.
I had mentioned 4 parcels of interest. Yes. I'm still not convinced of the answers I've got. Maybe you can direct that to them and you can give them time to go clean up and tell this committee, or especially these 4, the accounts where they are signatories, who they are, because it appears that she is not known and they are not known, so that we can know how to proceed with the matter.
Chair, I think let me give a commitment to give a detailed report on all of them, not just the 4. That actually we can sort out a lot of these things back in the county. I want to appeal to my senator. Please make a point of paying even a courtesy call to our officers so that we can save ourselves. So that we can save ourselves the trouble of bringing all this team to Nairobi to come and talk about some of these things. Because I'm sure that if we sat down, and you have very, very, very valid issues that you are raising, if we were to sit down in the county and look at all these things, so that whatever finds its way to the Senate is something that we are able to deal with, and we're coming here to talk about it at this particular level. I'm sure that half of the staff that will be here will be in Bungoma working, but now we are here because I know that many other students are.
Let me finish.
I was just saying that we can be able to discuss and talk about a lot of these things, but also that eventually when we come here, the nation is something that is not being able to be addressed either by the county assembly or ourselves at that particular level. Otherwise, I really appreciate it.
Bungoma needs to, county of Bungoma needs to identify signatories and people managing the accounts of municipalities, especially the 4 named secretaries who have several accounts, several accounts. So we need their name and what they are, what position about. 2, furnish proper evidence of migration of commercial accounts to the CPK account. 3, give comprehensive audit report on the 352 accounts. So if you have to audit them, we need to have copies of the audits. 4, furnish the guidelines for the committee's reference. So because everybody still has it seems to be that was managing their own accounts. So we need to have copies of the guidelines. So the committee can next time be able to know and at least be aware that donors have their own conditions and they must be met. Thank you so much. We appreciate your coming and time. We will need the report within 3 weeks. Is that okay with you guys? 3 weeks.
Honorable Chair, they are not guys.
I'm sorry. Remember, sorry, I'm
I don't even think I'm at fault.
for this? That's a man? Okay.
Chair, I was just going to say maybe we can just, for clarity, send a letter so that we can confirm.
No,
the
further
issues.
commitment. We will communicate to you and we will expect your response in 1 good week.